Hey everyone, let's jump right into this explainer and look at how Ajath is completely redefining the speed of software development. We're talking about a massive leap forward through multi-agent collaboration. If you've ever tried building an app using AI, it feels like absolute magic at first, right? But then, you inevitably hit this wall when you realize the AI can only do one thing at a time. Well, today, we're looking at a platform that absolutely demolishes that wall by introducing a whole crew of AI agents that actually work simultaneously. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start off with the broader AI builder landscape, then compare single versus parallel agents. After that, we'll officially meet the Ajath crew, dive into orchestrating the app build, and wrap up with speed, scale, and cost.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI builder landscape.
Now, when we lay out the current feature matrix across the major players, you immediately see this really stark contrast in agent concurrency. Platforms like Lovable, they do an incredible job taking plain English and turning it into a polished front end, but they use a single agent, typically Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Emergent takes more of an autonomous, but still single agent approach. Replit definitely pushes the boundary by introducing parallel agents in a developer-first environment. But Ajath, they push this concurrency to a whole new level. Driven by their core Maya 4 system, they allow up to 10 parallel agents to operate at the exact same time. To understand why that matters, think about the traditional bottleneck. For most platforms, like Lovable or Emergent, you're essentially stuck in a single-threaded workflow. You have to wait for one task to completely finish before you can even ask for the next one. You type a prompt to build, say, a login screen, and you literally have to sit there while it writes the code, tests it, and renders the UI. And if you suddenly remember something you want to tweak in the database, well, you just have to hold that thought. That's the traditional bottleneck of AI app building. It is entirely sequential.
Which perfectly leads us into Section 2, single versus parallel agents.
This right here is the major paradigm shift. Instead of waiting for a single AI to, sequentially paint the walls, then do the plumbing, and finally install the locks, parallel agents tackle all of those construction tasks concurrently. In a traditional workflow, your UI is built first, then you prompt for the database, then you ask for authentication. But in a parallel workflow, the very second you describe your app, one agent starts designing the front-end canvas, another immediately spins up the database, and yet another wires up the authentication protocols, all at the exact same time.
So the absolutely crucial point here is this number, 10. On the Ajath Pro plan, you can actually have up to 10 of these parallel agents working simultaneously on your project. That's 10 specialized, dedicated streams of development happening the moment you hit enter. The sheer volume of coding configuration that gets processed concurrently is exactly what allows these apps to go from a simple text prompt to a production-ready state in just a matter of minutes. All right, let's move to Section 3 and actually meet the Ajath crew. Think of this like a heist movie roster. Each of these agents has a very specific specialty, and they seamlessly collaborate without ever getting in each other's way. Maya 4 is the brain of the whole operation. When a prompt comes in, Maya 4 processes the overall intent. Then you've got Raina, who might instantly jump onto the front-end design to tweak the visual canvas. At that very same second, Jacob dives into structuring the back-end databases. Meanwhile, Matt is over there handling the authentication and the built-in hosting configurations. They are all reading from the exact same playbook in real time. They share context instantly, so they can execute their specific expertise concurrently to build out your full-stack app at breakneck speed. And the real beauty of this, it completely eliminates context switching. By offloading that messy coordination, you get to step back and just be the visionary architect. Your AI crew handles the heavy lifting of the actual build. You don't have to manually manage the handoff between the database and the front end anymore. You can just throw out requests in whatever order they pop into your head. It totally frees you up to focus on product planning and the user experience, instead of, playing traffic cop for thousands of lines of code. So how does this actually come together? That's Section 4, orchestrating the app build. It's a pretty fascinating flow. Maya 4 intelligently takes your main request, splits it into parallel subtasks, assigns them to the appropriate agents, and then instantly merges the results into a functional build. So say your main task is build an e-commerce storefront. Maya 4 immediately sequences that out. It creates subtasks for the navigation menu, the shopping cart logic, the inventory database, and the user login. Those subtasks are instantly handed off to Raina, Jacob, Matt, and the rest of the crew. They write all the production-ready code in parallel, and then, and this is the critical part, the platform seamlessly merges it all together for you. And it gets even crazier, because this crew doesn't just build standard web apps. Thanks to their multi-artifact support, they can ship mobile apps, pitch slides, and even promotional videos. all from the exact same shared design system. Honestly, this is a massive differentiator in the market. While a lot of other builders require you to do manual packaging or use third-party tools just to get a mobile app out the door, Ajath's parallel agents can generate a data visualization dashboard, a mobile version of that exact same dashboard, and the slide deck to present it to your investors, all inside one single project space. Hearing directly from founders really puts this into perspective. Vikram Singha, the founder of GetCrew, noted that building their platform would have taken months, but Maya 4 helped them launch in just a fraction of the time. When an entrepreneur says a build would have taken months, they're talking about that brutal, traditional, sequential lifecycle. Wireframing, then front-end, then back-end, then integration, then testing. Having the AI do all of that simultaneously is exactly what compresses that timeline so drastically. And Thierry Ishimwe-Leon, founder of Exabyne, points out another really vital piece of the puzzle. He highlighted that it isn't just about raw speed, but about deploying a truly robust, full-stack application on day one. I mean, a fast app is completely useless if it just falls over the moment real users hit the database, right? Because these specialized agents are configuring built-in services, like your databases and monitoring, at the exact same time as the UI. You aren't just getting a pretty prototype, you're actually getting scalable infrastructure right out of the gate. Let's wrap up with Section 5, speed, scale, and cost. This number right here is the engine behind it all, over 400. Unlike competitors who might be locked to a single AI model, Ajath connects this agent crew to over 400 active models across 70 different providers, including bleeding-edge options like Grok 4.20. And this is a really vital architectural choice. Look, if one specific language model is amazing at front-end design but kind of struggles with complex database queries, Maya 4 isn't forced to use it for everything. The platform dynamically routes the tasks to the absolute best models available across providers like OpenAI, Google, Meta, and Poolside. You're never bottlenecked by a single model's limitations.
So what does this actually cost? When we compare the market, Ajath's $89 a month Pro plan delivers enterprise-scale multi-agent collaboration at a highly competitive price point, especially compared to Replit. And it avoids the dreaded credit burn complaints associated with cheaper single-agent platforms. If we look closely, platforms like Lovable and Emergent definitely have lower initial entry points, around $20 to $25 a month, but builders frequently report burning through credits really rapidly during their debugging cycles. Ajath's Pro plan, on the other hand, allows up to 10 parallel agents and 15 human collaborators at a flat rate, which is just immense scale for professional teams.
But hey, going fast is great until you break something, right? Crucially, for serious builders, this platform secures that incredible speed with enterprise controls, like 28-day database rollbacks and single-tenant environments. Because breaking things at the enterprise level is literally catastrophic. If your AI agent accidentally wipes a database table during an update, having that built-in 28-day rollback capability is an absolute lifesaver. Combined with SSO and advanced privacy controls, the platform ensures that the rapid pace of AI coding doesn't compromise your corporate security standards. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final, somewhat provocative thought about where software development is heading. When specialized agents like Raina, Jacob, Maya 4, and Matt 4 can concurrently design, code, and deploy your entire infrastructure in the time it takes you to drink a cup of coffee, what actually becomes the true value of a founder? Think about it. It's no longer about knowing how to write the code. It's about knowing what problems are actually worth solving in the first place. The execution part? That's become almost instantaneous. The real premium is now squarely on your vision. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and keep questioning what's possible when you old bottlenecks are finally removed.